Danielle Damianov with Wind Down Wednesday, and I am here today with Rebecca Troyer, who is with Bonita FL Properties, powered or partnered with Amerivest Realty. And one really cool thing about Rebecca is that she was born and raised, believe it or not, in Bonita Springs, Florida, which a lot of people that live in this area, especially now because it's definitely grown over the years, are usually transplants from another place, myself included. So it's really cool to have Rebecca here, who is a real estate agent in Southwest Florida, but she really knows the Bonita Springs market. She's going to share with us a lot of different things about Bonita Springs and how it used to be and what it is today. So thank you so much for being here. I really appreciate it.
Thank you.
Yes. And she is definitely one of the most amazing real estate agents that I work with. So she's really great. So Rebecca, why don't you tell us, I guess, a little bit about Bonita Springs, and then we're going to share our screen and look at the past to where it is now.
Yes, so Bonita, my grandfather moved to Bonita in 1955 to Bonita Shores. He was here during Hurricane Donna. And at that time, the Shangri-La was actually a hurricane shelter. So it's so funny, and it's still here. It was the Bonita Hotel back then.
Oh my gosh.
And now Shangri-La today, lots of new homeowners are getting married there. So that's an interesting little thing. And in Bonita, only 15% of people in Florida are from Florida, which is really a tiny amount. So I'm Bonita. I'm sorry?
Where did he move from?
Oh, my grandfather moved from Boston, from Shores in Marshfield. No, Marshfield in Boston.
Marshfield.
Yes.
Next to the woods, not Marshfield, but I'm from Massachusetts too. So we do have a lot of people that have moved here from Mass. Escaping those cold winter weather.
Yes. So my dad was 5 when they moved here, and his brothers and sisters all went to Bonita Springs Elementary School on Dean Street. So that's been here a really long time.
Oh my gosh. Now, when you were born growing up, I mean, was 41 what it is today, or what was that like?
When I was a kid, old 41 was 41. New 41 wasn't even there. And I-75 at the Bonita exit didn't open until 1984. So I was a teenager back then. So when you went to the McDonald's by I-75, that wasn't there. That was just a dirt road beyond Imperial Street.
Oh my gosh.
And I actually grew up my whole childhood where Mediterra is now. That was just empty farmland at the time. And that's where my family had 5 acres.
Wow, that's awesome. That's awesome. So let's take a look at Bonita, where it was and where it is today. So if you see this logo around town, that is Rebecca's real estate logo. Yes. And this is Shangri-La.
This is the Shangri-La. The picture, the black and white picture is from the 60s, the early 60s. And the historic pictures are from the Bonita Historical Society. So you can look up these pictures online. And then the new picture is the Shangri-La as it looks today. So it's a hotel, a spa. Back in the 60s, Elizabeth Taylor went there. It was a health spa. And when I was a kid, the Cheatham family owned it, and there was a Circle K across the street, and everybody called it the Cheatham's Cheaters, because the health spa, they'd run across the street and get some ice cream and a few candy bars and sneak them back over to the health spa.
Oh my gosh, that's funny.
That was funny.
It's awesome how they kept the architecture over the years, because if you look at the two buildings, I mean, they actually still look the exact same.
Yes.
You know? So it's just this one's spruced up and painted and obviously beautiful, but it's really cool how they did make sure that they kept the aesthetic look.
There is a natural spring at the Shangri-La, and that was the pool for the movie stars to come.
Oh, wow.
For the natural spring in Florida, and of course for the winters when it was nice and warm.
So now what is this? The Shell Factory?
This is the original Shell Factory. It actually started in Bonita before it moved to Norfolk Myers.
Wow.
So I thought this was a great picture. This was downtown on Old 41 at the time.
Yeah, and the building still honestly looks the same when you drive by it. Maybe a little spruced up, but
A little spruced up.
it
Yes.
does look the same. Look at these old cars too.
I know, I love that.
Okay, so the picture on the right.
Yes, so the black and white picture's from 1964, and that was a view of Bonita Beach. And see, there is virtually no houses on Bonita Beach.
Oh my gosh.
Whereas today, the whole, you can barely see the ocean through the houses because of how many houses are built up along Bonita Beach.
Imagine if you scooped up one of those lots back in the 60s.
I know. There's still one house left that every time I drive by, I think about it.
Is it this one here?
Yeah, it looks like a Frank Lloyd Wright house.
Okay.
And it's been there since the late 50s. So it's just really cool.
Yeah,
so Bonita Beach has changed a lot in that time.
Definitely. It's changed,
Yeah.
changed a ton. So now this is, what is this? And
This is the Bonita Wonder Gardens, the Everglades
Oh.
Wonder Gardens on Old 41.
Got it.
So it looks very close to the same. It was owned by the Piper family, and it was a big attraction. I mean, and it still is a pretty big attraction. The city of Bonita owns the property now. They bought it from the son, David Piper, a few years ago now. So the city owns it, but it's leased and run by a couple now. So you can still go in and see flamingos and alligators and birds and snakes.
Oh, I always wonder what that was. So basically,
Oh, it's like a little zoo.
Oh, that's cool, with Florida animals.
Yes, and then they added a gazebo out there, so they do special events now. I think you can even get married at the Wonder Gardens now.
That's awesome.
It's just a fun attraction, our Bonita attraction.
Well, and it's funny because when you live here, you don't get to do, or you don't do all of the touristy things because we're busy working and we don't have time and everything else. So that's so cool. We'll have to.
It's a fun spot.
Yeah.
To go for the day. Yeah.
Let's talk about real estate in Bonita Springs. So tell us a little bit about that.
So Bonita, I love selling real estate in Bonita because I'm passionate about Bonita, but we have literally every type of community. So the communities of Naples and Fort Myers, we also have them in Bonita, but our advantage is literally every community is very close to the beach. So if you live in Estero or Fort Myers, South Fort Myers, you're traveling down 41 and going to Bonita Beach because it's the closest beach to you. So even all those gated communities off of Corkscrew Road, they're all coming to Bonita Beach. So when you're in Bonita at the corner of 41 and Bonita Beach Road, that's less than 3 miles to the beach. So we have golf communities, 17% of all of the communities in Bonita are golf communities. And we have a lot of gated communities. So half of all the communities in Bonita are gated, which that means they all have amenities and HOA fees. And then 38% is non-gated. So I actually happen to live in a non-gated community. I live off Pennsylvania Avenue, but near the Imperial River. And so from my house, we can go kayaking, we can go boating. And the Imperial River really runs all the way from I-75 out to the ocean. So there is so much wildlife along the river. We see manatees, dolphins,
oh my gosh,
an alligator here or there. And where I live, it's brackish water. So we have, having dolphins go by is pretty great. We had some dolphins feeding in our canal about a week ago, and that was really, really cool to see.
Oh, wow.
So those are the non-gated, and then you also have San Carlos Estates, which is actually in Bonita, and those are 1.25 acre lots. So pretty much, in my view, San Carlos Estates in the future is going to be very Pine Ridge-esque. because you have more land. So the values are really going up in San Carlos Estates, which is still in Bonita and still, you know, under 10 miles from the beach right there.
So now San Carlos Estates, which I've heard a lot about it, but I've never been there. It's a non-gated community.
It's a non-gated community. It has all paved roads, and it does have city utilities now, and it is located at the corner of Old 41 on the north side and 41. So right there, you also have the entrance to Pelican Landing and the Publix there, and it's just right there. So it's a really good location. Very close to Pelican Point, close to, you know, the downtown heart of Bonita.
Right. Yeah, and Bonita is completely changing, and just, you know, like everything about it, it's just growing like crazy, especially the downtown. And what's cool is that they are keeping the aesthetic look, and it's probably Bonita that's making sure that that happens. But there's so many cute little restaurants and shops and cafes and wine bars and different things like that right in the downtown that's walkable, right?
Yes, exactly. And the downtown area isn't gated. So you can still purchase properties that are nice, that are walkable to downtown. There's events going on at the downtown band shelter, literally every weekend. Yeah, Riverside Park.
Okay.
There's concerts there. There's the Springs Church that meets there every Sunday, and people bring their dogs and their lawn chairs to church on Sunday, which is really cool. And there's a church right there too at the corner. A funny fact, I worked at Heaven Sent Flowers when I was 16, and they moved actually where the Liberty Youth Ranch is. That's where Heaven Sent Flowers used to be, and they moved over to the roundabout there at Old 41 in downtown.
Oh wow.
So it's funny. It's funny the changes.
The other thing I like about it is, like, when you're in Fort Myers, for example, you see like a lot of chain restaurants, where here you don't see that. It's all pretty much mom and pop. You know, you're not going to have your Bonefish or Carrabba's. I mean, you have it in Bonita, but if we're talking about downtown Bonita Springs, it's got those like very authentic Mexican food, or, you know, different mom and pop restaurants and shops and everything else. So
I think one of the greatest things, it's still a small town feel. So when you go to Dolly's for breakfast or lunch, you're like seeing but you're seeing the mayor, and you're seeing the council people and working people. You just learn and know a lot of people. It's a good town for connections.
Yeah, that's awesome. Well, it's so nice to have a local real estate agent who was born in the area tell us all about Bonita Springs and what it used to be and what it is today. I highly recommend checking it out. You know, just going and walking around downtown and seeing, you know, everything that it has to offer. And you are close to the beach too, right? So
Yes.
you have everything in this area. So if anybody's looking for real estate, and Rebecca does not just sell in Bonita Springs, she sells everywhere in the whole Southwest Florida area. So she's a great agent. But if you are specifically wanting to be in Bonita Springs and need a local expert, she is your girl. So where can they reach you? Where can they find you?
They can see me on my website at bonitaflproperties.com. My email, rebecca@bonitaflproperties.com, or they can contact me by phone or text 239-272-2626.
And everything will be in the end of the video and on the YouTube channel. So yeah.
Thank you so much, Danielle.
Yes. Thank you. And everybody, if you like this video, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe so that you can see everything we have to offer in this area. But thank you so much for being on. I really appreciate it. I love working with you. You are one of my favorites. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys later. Bye.